You're listening to the What the Wrestling Podcast, the show that brings you all things wrestling with your host, RJD.
Oh, you already know what time it is. Lot of news going on this weekend. Had a GCW show. Hopefully it did well. We got some people saying some things that make no sense. And we had Smackdown and Rampage on Friday. Royal Rumble this week. Got a lot going on in wrestling right now. As always, you know we are going to get to the action. But first things first, check out my socials.
Perfect.
So, follow me, RJD at RJD10K on Instagram, RJ699 on Twitter, RJD199 on Snapchat, but most importantly, follow what? The Wrestling on Facebook and YouTube and TikTok. Follow What the Wrestling on Spotify and Anchor. Follow What the Wrestling just because you love What the Wrestling. As always, let's go. Yes, tis I, RJD here. Welcome to What the Wrestling. This is your What the Wrestling News Brief. We will be throwing in some reviews. We will be talking about some things that kind of make no sense. I got my tea. Oh, I ain't got no more tea. I got my water. It's all good. We're going to work it out one way or the other. One way or the other, we're going to work it out. But a lot to get into, a lot to talk about. So let's start right here. Bully Ray coming under fire as of late. So, unfortunately, Billy Ray made some pretty remarkable comments because it kind of didn't make no sense. But Bully Ray, he believed Jon Moxley should have apologized to the fans. So on Busted Open Radio, he did say some things about Moxley. I'm going to talk about what he said. And then after that, I'll tell you about what I think. So, obviously, Jon Moxley came back after going into a rehab treatment facility for alcohol. He realized that he had a problem while he was on the road about 3-4 months ago. Told Tony Khan, checked himself in, got the help that he needed. Came back on Wednesday. Was in the GCW show yesterday. Today I'm doing this is Monday, the 24th. of 2022. Shout out to my mom. Her birthday was yesterday. Shout out to Mom Dukes. But Jon Moxley's back. He's looking better than ever. He's looking like he's back in the Dean Ambrose days, but he's still acting like Jon Moxley. Great shit. So, here's the thing. So, and I quote, he said, "Don't bust it up on radio shit, I apologize." So here we go. And I quote, "I did enjoy that they started off with Moxley. They came out with a bang. People are ready for it. And Moxley said what he needed to say. However, I would have liked to have heard just a little bit of accountability from Jon. I understand the whole demons thing, and we always use the word demons as a creative word to get around the real issues, whether it's an alcohol issue, whether it's a drug issue, in Tommy Dreamer's case, an eating issue. Everybody has some kind of demon that they have to get around. We have our demons. These demons got the best of Jon for a time period where he had to step away from AEW. I would have liked to have heard him say a bit of an apology to the AEW fans. You don't have to apologize to the boys, even though the boys do count on you. But any one of those guys and gals could have the same problem that you did. And trust me, I came up in an era where a slew of men and women had their demons. The fans expect a little bit more from you. What about the fans that brought tickets to see AEW and Jon Moxley while Jon was away taking care of his problems? I'm very happy that he left and took care of his problem. And he looked incredibly healthy last night, which is true. And I love everything that he said. I just would have loved to have heard a little bit of accountability. I don't know if I'm sorry is necessarily the right word, but maybe endear yourself a little bit to the crowd if you felt you let them down. This is coming from me, the hard ass of all hard asses. End quote. Personally, if it was me in the same situation, the first thing I would have said is, guys, I'm sorry if I let you down. I think that would have been the proper thing to do. End quote. That's the end quote. Yeah,
Nope.
Nah, son. I love Busted Open Radio. Billy Ray's dope. Great transition into that. I like Billy Ray as a performer, always did. But I gotta say, you're wrong here, brother man. Gotta say nope.
Nope.
That's not right. No. Listen, the fact that Jon Moxley even admitted that he had a problem to himself and then took himself off the road just to go get help deserves applause in itself. This brother is one of these top stars in AEW in an up-and-coming promotion. He could have waited until after the tournament was over. He could have did a whole bunch of slew of things, but he didn't. He chose that time, that particular time. Whatever happened to him in his personal life, he chose that particular time to go get some help. And he got the help that he needed. And hopefully he stays that way. And, you know, he's looking great, looking about 5 years younger. Body looking great. Probably is all healed up from little nagging injuries he had. His body was obviously inflamed because if you see how, like, just big he was, you know, that inflammation in his body could have came from alcohol or could have came from whatever. Whatever he's doing now is completely switched to what was going on because his body looks amazing. Like I said, looks about 5 years younger. Looks good. But he don't owe anybody anything. He owes himself. He does not owe an apology to the fans. Why? In that promo, the fans weren't like, yeah, man, you let us down. Like, besides that one fucking idiot that they had to throw out. Well, I don't know if they did throw him out, but besides that one idiot, the fans hung on his every word. It was authentic. It was real. It was to the point, short and sweet. And the fans weren't sitting there talking about, oh, we think you owe us an apology. Nobody said that. Now, the guys in the back, Does he owe them an apology? No. You got to get right. Listen, if you're going through something, who knows? Who knows if he would have ended up doing something harmful by accident? Who knows when he's under there? Who knows? I ain't even going down that rabbit hole, but there's a whole bunch of things that who could have happened if he didn't go seek the help that he needed. So and that's the toughest part, to just sit down and acknowledge the fact that you need help. So for Bully Ray to say, oh, I think he owes the guys and girls in the back an apology, or he owes the fans an apology, no. Yes. Are there people who probably bought a ticket just to see Mox? Probably. But he doesn't owe them an apology. What he owes is he owes it to himself to get right, so that he can continue to put his body on the line, to go through the rigorous travel schedule, to go away from his wife and his newborn kid, so that he can continue to, bless us with his presence out on TV every single week, night in and night out. That's what he owes. He already puts his body on the line. He already is away from his family. He already is travel restricts. Traveling is crazy. Going through all of this stuff, bleeding night in and night out. He earned that. He earned that over this long career that he's had. But he puts his body on the line for us. So if he needed to go get some help, he don't owe us no apology for that. It didn't come off well. It didn't come off well, and I don't know if it was meant to not come off well, but yeah, no. Definitely not the right take there, Mr. Bully Ray. Normally, like I said, he has a lot of good and insightful and impactful things to say, but Maxley doesn't owe anything to anybody but his goddamn self. He owes it to himself to get right. A man's got to make a decision. Just because he removed himself from the road, it doesn't mean that he owes the fans an apology because he went to go get help. He went to go get help. He didn't remove himself and say, F the fans, I'm tired, I'm just going to sit at home. No, he went to go get help. He didn't just go to have a seat. So, no, he doesn't owe anybody shit. I don't believe so. But, hey, everybody's entitled to their opinions, but I'm not with Bully Ray on this one. Funny because Denise Salendo, I know I'm butchering that name, put on Twitter yesterday that the GCW show at the Hammerstein Ballroom, shout out to the Hammerstein Ballroom, loud F Bully Ray chants on the world on GCW, hashtag the world on GCW, during the Maxley versus Homicide match. That was, I think, the second to last match. I have to go back and watch it. I have not watched the show. I heard it was a decent show. Some good, some bad, some okay. So I got to go back and watch it for myself. Bully then responded to this tweet and saying, I knew my GCW faithful fans in New York City would never let me down, especially in my, capital M-Y, building. Music to my ears. Now, with 3 fire emojis, hashtag fuck Billy Ray. So Billy Ray, he's leaning into it. Now listen, he could have just said some controversial stuff to get ears on his product, because he does have a radio show. So it could have been just for that. He could have just did it just because that's how he really feels. And if that's how he really feels, nah, you're wrong, buddy. I can't rock with you on that. But he could have made these comments for a number of reasons. But whatever the reason is, to me, it's wrong. He don't owe anybody shit. Why? He don't gotta apologize to nobody but himself. Because if he gets right, he could be there for his family. He could be on TV for us. He can entertain the fans. If he's not right, and he's all fucked up, that's gonna spew into his family, his personal life. That's gonna spew into his career. So no, he went and got the help he needed. He don't owe anybody shit. So Bully Ray gotta hit the button on you. No bueno for that tweet. Not even a little bit. Let's talk about Mr. Mustafa Ali. So, Mr. Mustafa Ali has not been granted his release.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
Why are you holding the guy hostage if you're not gonna use him?
You stupid.
Let the man go. Now, I understand that he's probably gonna get cut in the next round of cuts. And I understand he's been off of TV this long time voluntarily because they ain't using him. Because, like I said last week, him and Vince got into a shouting match over the creative decision, over the creative moves that Ali wanted to make, and Vince wanted to go in another direction. Got into a bit of a shouting match. They sent him home. He ain't been on TV since. Ali is very talented. He did have a baby, but the paternity leave was only 1 week. He only asked for 1 week off. So I don't understand this bullshit. Ali is like, listen,
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
and WWE's like,
Respect my authority.
we ain't letting you go. How about that? And I don't know, man. It's like you sign these WWE contracts. It's like,
Gotcha, bitch.
and then we're gonna cut you, and then it's like,
Gotcha, bitch.
I don't understand. Like, it's like they got you either way. Now Mia Yim joins the hashtag Free Ali movement. There has been a lot of back and forth on Twitter about WWE not releasing this brother from his goddamn contract. He's been denied his release, and it sucks. But now people are talking about, they're putting out hashtags saying hashtag Free Ali. So, as Ringside News reports, those from Fightful Select heard confirmed that WWE and Ali have spoken with each other, and that Ali was informed that they would not be granting his request for a release at the moment. And as of now, it isn't the plan. Ali has years, quote, years left on his WWE deal, but hasn't been used on WWE TV or even at the tapings in over 2 months. While some suspected that he was out on paternity leave, we're told he only asked for 1 week off. Like I just said, they ain't using him because they obviously don't see any value in him. But the problem with that is, if you don't see any value in me, then let me fucking go. What's the point of having me here if you don't even want me? If you don't see any value in me, what's the point of me being here? So, I think WWE is full of shit.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
They don't want Ali to go anywhere because they do see value in him, and they don't want him going to the competition because he's actually really good. That's the problem. That's why they don't want him to leave, because they know as soon as he leaves, he's going to go take that creative mind and he's going right to AEW. Maybe he won't get a full 2, 3, 4 year contract from AEW, but he might get a little 6-month contract. He's going to show up and show out. That's going to be one more tool in Tony Khan's toolbox that he can use to make money on that WWE doesn't give a shit about. So that's the problem here. And Mia Yim has chimed in. So, as reported by Ringside News, Mia Yim took to Twitter and also made it clear that she is in full support of hashtag Free Ali movement for her Retribution leader. Mia Yim was in Retribution with Ali for the short amount of time that Retribution lasted, and she also was let go with her fiance Keith Lee in not this round but earlier on last year. So we will have to wait and see whether Ali will eventually get to leave WWE to pursue his other interests or not in the future. Hashtag Free Ali from Mia Yim supporting her brethren. Listen, I don't understand why they don't just let the brother go. Like, you obviously don't want to use him. You obviously don't see any value. What's the goddamn point? What's the point of having him? You ain't going to use him, so let him go. It is what it is, but, WWE,
Stupid.
sometimes they just don't use their goddamn heads, but they're cutting so much of the roster. I really hope nobody gets hurt, because if somebody gets hurt, they're gonna be fucked. Because they don't got SmackDown is hurting, Raw is hurting. They don't have a lot of talent. They don't have a tag team division. They don't have a women's division. All they got is a bunch of people that they're trying to make tag teams with. The shows are suffering. If it's not anything to do with Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar, maybe RK Bros, everything else is falling flat. And they have all of this talent that they've let go. With all the talent that they've let go, you could start a whole new promotion with all of those guys and have it be really good, because they let some very, very talented goddamn people go, which sucks, but it is what it is. So, shout out to Ali. Hopefully that brother gets his release on, and that'll be great. And speaking of releases, let's talk about AEW. AEW will be losing some more talent. So Lio Rush, who's had issues with WWE, who's had issues moving forward with AEW, he put on Twitter and announced that he will not be renewing his contract, and he's going to be a free agent. His contract expires on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and he will not be renewing it. Now, the problem with Lio Rush is, I like Lio Rush. Lio Rush is talented as hell. Anybody who doesn't think so, you are definitely stupid. But the problem with Lio Rush is Lio Rush. Now, Lio Rush, just in seeing him in interviews and hearing some of the things that he's done, I wouldn't call it entitlement, but I would say that Lio Rush thinks that it would seem that Lio Rush thinks that he deserves, maybe it is entitlement. Maybe it is entitlement. Excuse me, goddamn. Okay, like choking here. Lio Rush thinks the world of himself, and he does have a chip on his shoulder. In WWE, he had a chip on his shoulder. He got into arguments backstage. He argued about carrying bags, and they treated him like a young boy. He was saying, right around the time he got married, I know he was saying he ain't getting paid enough. He wants more money, which is a perfectly valid argument there. And then the problem in AEW when Big Swole got released, and Big Swole, they tagged Big Swole in that article. Tony Khan responded wrongly, I might add. Tony Khan, stupid, not a good look, but he responded, and then there was a bunch of people backstage, black people. Who knows how it affected the backstage aura, but there were people saying he should apologize, and Tony Khan said publicly on Twitter, Tony Khan needs to apologize. He said that publicly on Twitter for the world to see. So when you go out and you go out there and you totally just shit on your boss like that, I mean, what do you expect? You just shit on your boss publicly. Not the right move. Instead of going to have a conversation in private, which is what everybody should have did. Big Swole was talking about her legitimate problems that she had. That's cool. She didn't shit on AEW. Tony Khan shitted on her publicly. Then Lio Rush saying Tony Khan apologize. And like you running up on your boss telling me he gotta apologize. He ain't gotta apologize for shit. That's how he really feels. But one of his employees, like, are you gonna go up to, you think the guy at Walmart or the guy in business or the guy in the mailroom is gonna go up to his boss and say, you need to apologize in front of everybody? Or do you go and you say, listen, you pull him to the side and say respectfully, I don't like that, man. What you did in a face-to-face private conversation. Tony Khan should have did that. Tony Khan could have called Big Swole, and he don't gotta call Big Swole. He's Tony fucking Khan. But what he could have did, like I said, was voice his opinion on Twitter without shitting on her at the end of his tweet. You could have disproved her whole argument, but you didn't have to shit on her. You didn't have to do that, and he just looked bad coming out of it. Lio Rush didn't have to tweet at and tag him at Tony Khan. He could have just put him to the side. Like, yo, next time he went to work, like, yo, listen, respectfully, I don't like what you did. Now, I think you should apologize, and here's why. And have a conversation with Tony, and 5 to 10 minute conversation, man to man, that's all you needed to do. You didn't have to do all of this demanding apologies and shit. And you know what? All you did, shoot yourself in the foot. That's all you did. Lio Rush is going to have to come to terms. I understand Lio Rush thinks the world of himself, which he should, because he is an amazing talent. But he's getting in his own way. Because the common denominator in WWE and AEW, the common denominator is him. He is the common denominator. So if there's shit going on in his life, he needs to look inward first, because if his bookings dry up, which I don't think that they will, because he's Lio Rush, he's really good at what he does. So I don't think his bookings will dry up when he leaves. But it's like, and then I remember, before I even say that, I remember he retired, then he didn't retire, and he came back, then he retired again. It's, you know, Lio Rush got a lot going on. There's going to be people that aren't going to want to touch him with a 10-foot pole. They're going to stay away from him because he's coming off as a problem child. He's coming off as a stubborn person in the back that's like entitled and stuck up, and he thinks things should go his way. And listen, in some aspects, I respect Lio Rush for his position, but I think he's got a bit of a chip on his shoulder, and I think there's a better way to go about doing things and still standing up for yourself. Respectfully, because like I said, if you don't like certain things, you can respectfully talk to people, and then after you let them know respectfully where you stand, then as a man you got to stand where you stand if it comes around again or if it happens again. But he's looking like a problem child out here, and hopefully in February, and they haven't used him in a minute since that Tony Khan crap happened with the tweet. I haven't seen him on AEW TV at all. There's a reason for that. So I know he's out of there. A couple of other people I think might actually be out. Maybe Brian Cage. Brian Cage might be out of there. I know Peter Avalon. He's taking indie bookings down. Peter Avalon. Tony Khan has too many people, and a lot of people didn't get the 2 or 3 year deals like Jericho got, like Maxley probably got, like the Young Bucks probably got. A lot of people didn't get those kinds of deals. Tony Khan is kind of trying people out, maybe giving them a 6-month deal, 5-month deal, 4-month deal, and he's not committing long-term to a lot of people, which is great because you're signing all these people, but at least you're not committing to them long-term. So after 4 to 6 months, if you want to revisit the contract or revisit the standing in the company, you have room to do so. So I think Tony Khan is doing the right thing by doing that. But there's going to be people leaving. Like I said, Brian Cage, Peter Avalon. There's going to be some other people. I think Brian Cage is going to leave. Not saying that he is. But there's going to be a lot of people that's contracts are coming up that he's just not going to renew. He's going to let their contracts run out. They're going to part ways. Hopefully AEW helped them out. That's it. That was it. Tony Khan is not in the habit of making a public display of showing how many people that they laid off. But what he is going to do is quietly let the contracts expire. If they're not renewing the contract, let it quietly expire and move on. So when we hear people that leave from AEW, it's probably going to be through wrestling websites reporting it, like Dave Meltzer or other people, or the wrestlers themselves, like Big Swole, tweeting that they're leaving. That's the only way they're going to do that, because Tony Khan's not going to air out who he's firing or whose contracts he's letting expire. That don't even make sense. So, talent got to go somewhere. It is what it is. So, I fully expect to see Lio Rush leave, but I don't know what's gonna happen, man. There's a bunch of people that's gonna be leaving, but that damn roster's so deep. It ain't even gonna matter. A bunch of people, a bunch of top NXT stars were backstage at Raw. LA Knight, yeah. LA Knight, Roderick Strong were both seen backstage for this week's Monday Night Raw. LA Knight, he has no freaking reason to be in NXT. NXT is going in a totally different direction with that mouthpiece that he has. Yeah. With that mouthpiece that he has and the way that he looks and his whole swag, he'd be perfect on Raw. SmackDown needs a body too, but I would put Roddy on SmackDown. I'd put LA Knight on Raw. That's just me. I think he's better suited for Raw. But my fear with Roderick Strong is that they are not going to know how to use that man. That man is going to be running for the 24/7 title if he goes to Monday Night Raw. There's no way they're going to use him properly. No way. And he can work his ass off. But there's no way they're using him properly. Nope, not happening. But when his deal comes up, he needs to run for the fucking hills too, Roderick Strong. But anyway, LA Knight, one of the veterans on the NXT roster. He is 39 years old, and he does not fit in with NXT, like I just said. They're getting younger. They're getting 20-year-olds, 21-year-olds, 25-year-olds. They don't want the older vets anymore, which leads me to Finn Balor. Stop the show. They got guys like Finn Balor, who's 40 now, I believe, and now Vince McMahon has soured on Finn Balor, doesn't think that he's a main event star, so he's in the Jeff Hardy slot. We're going to use you to get other guys over, which is bullshit.
You stupid. Get the fuck out of here!
You think that guy is Finn Balor is not good enough to be a main event guy? And you obviously don't watch NXT. You obviously don't know shit if you think that guy is only good to get other guys over. Listen, I understand. Everybody can't be world champion all the time, and you can't push everybody. But you want to use him to get the young guys over? All right. But to say that he's not main event, you don't think he's a main eventer, are you stupid or dumb?
You stupid.
So, Finn Balor, he's getting up there, but he's still crispy, still good in the ring, still can work his ass off, cuts good promos. Finn Balor, AJ Styles, like those guys, they don't give a shit if they're 44 and 40 respectively, or however old AJ Styles is, 40-something. You're not going to tell me that man is not, those guys are not still great at what they do. You ain't going to sit here and convince me of that shit. You're not.
Stop the cap.
So, we'll see how they end up using Mr. Balor. Right now, they're using him to try and get over Austin Theory. That's cool. Not sweating it. But, yeah, I'm not feeling this. I'm not feeling that at all. So, we'll see what happens to LA Knight. We'll see if they actually use him or when he's going to debut. Because, WWE, start, stop. We like you, we don't like you. We like you, we don't like you. They got a habit of doing that shit. So, we'll see what happens moving forward. But I don't have any faith. Zero faith in these guys. Like, none. Like, at all. So, we'll see how it transpires. Let's talk briefly about Smacketh of the Down. Not much happened on this show, but I'm just going to quickly run through what happened. So, Roman Reigns celebrating his 508 days as champion with the Usos out there. Seth Rollins then came out and said, listen, you only are a champion that long because you have people helping you, like the Usos. Let me face them in a tag team match with somebody that I'm going to pick, and I guarantee you will beat them, and then it'll be me and you one-on-one at the Rumble. They accepted, and they had themselves a good old-fashioned match. But it was a very good match, but towards the end of the match, Seth Rollins was about to give the stomp to Jimmy, and Roman Reigns came in and gave him a Superman punch. He got, therefore, disqualifying the Usos. Therefore,
you stupid.
Which was very stupid. Why would you do that and then disqualify the Usos so that Seth Rollins wins. Now you have to fight him one-on-one. So that was pretty dumb.
You stupid.
But Seth Rollins was about to win anyway, so it is what it is. It would have been worth it to just beat him down and hurt his ribs. So at least if he gets DQ'd, you got to fight him one-on-one. Now he's got hurt ribs or hurt arm or hurt shoulder, and then you beat his ass. So that way you still have your advantage at the pay-per-view. So I don't know why they just didn't do that, because just having it like this was pretty dumb. So moving on. So that was basically the main thing of SmackDown. We had Kofi versus Madcap Moss. Trouble in Paradise for the win. Kofi gets the win. We had Happy Corbin out there about to tend to him, but they hit the big ending on Madcap Moss, and Mr. Happy Corbin went running away. Aaliyah versus Natalya. Natalya got herself disqualified because she was kicking the shit out of Aaliyah and would not stop. Ref disqualified her. Then she proceeded to beat her down again. Xia Li then came out and tried to help Aaliyah, and Natalya was sent running. Okay, good. Okay, Viking Raiders versus Los Lotharios. The Viking Raiders got the win with the Viking experience. Moving on, Naomi versus Charlotte. So Naomi went out there to fight Charlotte, but Sonya Deville, which is an ongoing storyline between them two, Sonya Deville went out there and she said, listen, told the ref, give me a shirt. So she went out there, took the ref's shirt, and she ended up causing a distraction as being the ref. This match didn't go that long. She ended up causing the distraction. After that, Naomi got put in the figure. As soon as she got put in the figure 4, she called for the bell. She ain't even tapped. She just called for the bell. And then she put her in the figure 8, left her there. But so they're continuing this Sonya Deville picking on Naomi feud. I just have no idea why she's picking on Naomi. So it kind of doesn't make sense to me, because it's like, if you're going to do it, that's fine, but give me a reason. Cool. But she doesn't get it, but it's the same shit every week. Like I said, they're going to have to start evolving this, because it's the same shit every week. So backstage, we had a Eric Bischoff sighting, and Adam Pearce was getting advice from Eric Bischoff, and Eric Bischoff suggested that he's going to suggest to management, Adam Pearce, that they have a match next week, and then they call it a day. 1-on-1, Sonya Deville, Naomi, that's it. So maybe that will be added to the Royal Rumble card. I don't know. It doesn't need to be, but because guaranteed, maybe if Sonya enters the Rumble and Naomi enters the Rumble, one of them is getting thrown out the other for sure. Sami Zayn and Johnny Knoxville went out there.
You stupid.
I mean that in a good way. Sami Zayn had a bunch of these things, handcuffs, the nightsticks, and he was electrocuting himself fakely with a fake, well, not electrocuting himself, using like a fake electrocution device. And then Johnny Knoxville went out there, turned it on, and said, hey, this was great, but it's not turned on. And then electrocuted him for real, knocked him over the top rope. Sami Zayn sold for him, and then Johnny Knoxville dipped off. This was,
Nope.
could have did without this, but it is what it is. Ricochet versus Sheamus, and we had a Jeff Jarrett sighting. So Ricochet lost to Sheamus, bro kick, great. Then Rick Boogs and the IC champion Shinsuke Nakamura, well, they ran into Jeff Jarrett while Rick Boogs was stringing his guitar, and he complimented Mr. Boogs on his guitar playing. Cool, that was fine. And then we had your main event. So that was SmackDown. Decent show, not bad. It was alright. It wasn't all that. Main event was good. We had something good in the middle. But like I said, they're hurt. Oh, this is hurting my head. But like I said, they're hurting right now. So they got a lot of things they got to figure out. Let's talk about Rampage. Rampage was live, and it was great. So, first things first, John Maxley returns. He fought All Ego Ethan Page, who went out there alone. They had a very, very good match. Moxley gets the win. I think he won with the choke, if I'm not mistaken. Moxley gets the win and choked the hell out of Ethan. Oh no, Ethan Page passed out. So he gets the win, choked out Ethan Page. He's still fighting like a bully. I like his style, brawler, bully style. I like that. He went out there, and as he was leaving back through the crowd, Bryan Danielson said, "Good match," and clapped and clapped. That is building up that feud. That is going to be great. Give me Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley. Take my money. Thank you very much. We had Trent versus Nick Jackson. This was fantastic. Trent got the win, which was fucking great. So shout out to them for that.
Perfect.
He really needed a win. I mean, he just got back, and then they lost the tag match. He needed a win, and they got him a win. That was great. Love it. This was a very good match. Nick Jackson is very good, as we all know. Trent is very good. He's back. He's shredded. He's great. Love it. So shout out to those two for a good match. Then we had Hook versus Serpentico. Serpentico came down doing all of this. He had, during his entrance, I don't even know what the hell he had. It was like some strings that he threw up, and then he got hit from behind. He got tossed around, and then Hook, he posed for the crowd. Oh, they posed for the crowd with his entrance, and then while he had his back turned, Hook just started beating the shit out of him. Flipped him over. Red Rum standing up. Ref called for the bell because he tapped. QT Marshall came on. QT Marshall came on and started talking shit. Hook was walking up the ramp, gave him a suplex on the ramp while he started talking, and then called it a day. So Hook will be beating QT Marshall really, really soon. This was good because it just showed that Hook is like, first of all, the crowd, they love them some Hook.
Oh yeah!
They love them some Hook. So as soon as Hook comes out there, Hook is gonna kill you. Fuck him up, Hook. Fuck him up. They don't even care. They love them some Hook. This is not a 5-star classic, nor was it designed to be. Hook, they're bringing him along slow, as they should, and when he gets QT, he'll have a very tough fight. QT will probably cheat, but he's gonna choke QT out. And this is the perfect way to just utilize him, bring him along slow, let him get all of that experience, get him in the ring, let him keep training. He's a young boy. My man's up in the club with big booties on him, but he's focused, okay? He's focused. So let the young boy live. Let the young boy live. This was great. Then we had Jade Cargill versus Anna Jay. And I'm not even going to lie, this match was great. This match, now listen, a lot of people talk about Jade. Oh, you know, she's not that good. She's still green.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
We get it. But this is who they put the title on. So we got to run with it, all right? But my thing is, Anna Jay is good too. And before she hurt her shoulder, she was hot. Was she white hot like Hook? Probably not. And the same thing happened with Statlander. Statlander, before she got hurt, like she was gaining some momentum, but then she got hurt. She was, out for a long time. Anna Jay was out for a long time with a separated shoulder, but she was gaining momentum before she got hurt. And Anna Jay is good. She's good in the ring. Ty Conti has gotten a lot better. Anna Jay, definitely before she left and got hurt, was good. Jade Cargill, she did her thing. The end came because Jade dominated most of this match, as she should have. The end came when Anna Jay started to build up steam. There was a distraction by Mark Sterling. Jade recovered there. We had Johnny Hungy out there beating him up. There was a big pump kick. I like the way Jade does her pump kicks because it's like so believable and so much impact. Because she's tall. Jade is like 6 feet, 6'1", and she's got long legs. And she throws those pump kicks really good. There was a pump kick. Jade counted there. She tried to get her in the finisher, but it was countered by Anna Jay. She put the Queen Slayer on, but Jade stood up, backed her into the corner. She was just too powerful. Jade broke the grip, hit her with a huge slam, and then after that huge slam, put her up for the what's her finisher called? The Jaded. Yeah, got her up for Jaded, and that was all she wrote. This was good. This was a good match. Don't care what nobody says. If you're saying it wasn't good,
Stop the cap.
bullshit. Like I said, Anna Jay was good. It's all about chemistry, man. It's crazy how like Ruby Soho could have a match with somebody and then it doesn't look as crispy, or like Jade Cargill. But then Anna Jay could have a match with somebody and it looks better. But it's all about chemistry, you know. It's all about dance partners. Some people need good dance partners, some people don't. But these two work well together. So I like this. This was great. And that, everybody, is your show. I know we had a lot to get through. I know we had a lot to get to. But we got Monday Night Raw tonight. So you know what that means. Mañana will be my Monday Night Raw review. And tomorrow's NXT. Looking forward to seeing what they do on there. So, everybody, I love y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all already know. Hit that like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You already know we got the merch coming. We got hats coming in the store soon. I already have the shirts in the store, and we got the coasters in the store with more things to come. So, with that being said, I'm out. If you like football, it was wild yesterday with all the goddamn football games to all my football fans, and that's all I got. So check out the socials. Hit the like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's go. Stop playing with me. As always, I am out. Y'all be safe. Peace.